welcome to the channel. I am Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are going to be looking at the energy for you for today. So let's get into it. I hope that you're doing well. It hasn't been too crazy. These are general messages, obviously, so use your discernment, number one. They are timeless as well. However, I do pull in some of the astrology and when I'm currently recording. So just keep that in mind. I think that spirit can speak to us in all different kinds of ways, especially when something's really resonating with something we are moving through. Things that we need to see that are hidden from us. And that is what is manifesting right now specifically. The hidden value, what we don't see. We're getting caught up in a lot of the emotion, the feeling, maybe a little bit of not getting what we want. Not good, bad, right, or wrong. I don't think it's, deserved per se. I think that there is a lot of change happening. And when you're honoring your path, when you're listening, having awareness around what is manifesting, it makes it easier to navigate. Then we end up also making choices that we actually want to make, choices that make us happy and fulfilled, instead of turning a blind eye to the red flags we might be coming upon. So we'll start off with this energy cleansing, clear out the tone, clear out any blocked or unwanted energy. It's also a really good time to set your own intention. If you would like specific questions answered or messages from spirit, now is the time to bring those and be open to receive. Ooh, fire. Fire season. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is blocking the highest and best messages from coming through. Fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, frustration, annoyance, impatience. Help us to see clearly, understand, and know, and be patient. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, Mama Love. A little fire there too. I love it. Because we are in fire season. So it's part of what's like kind of playing off of our emotions right now, or our expectations is what I should say. Like I said, we want things to look a certain way. We don't really want to do the uncomfortable work. Things have been uncomfortable for a minute, a hot minute. And there's still some more in front of us. And I think as much as we can feel ourselves getting closer to what we're trying to manifest, what we're trying to call into our life, the constant grunt and grind is feeling annoying, overwhelming, uncomfortable, because it is this level of commitment that we have to make to ourselves and to the process, whatever that looks like for us. It's challenging though, right? Like this element, it's going to be an upside down day. These are not cards I'm reading. I don't read reversals per se in that traditional way. Just as my side note, caveat, it's funny. Okay, so the two first cards, overarching energy, is darkness and discomfort. You could be feeling in some despair around what is happening. Neptune is in retrograde in Pisces right now, and that brings up some of that doom and gloom. That brings up some, Deborah, sorry guys, bear with me. That brings up some of the fear of worst case scenario, the anxiety, the what ifs, the things that we can't control. Gosh, it is a little bit of a gloomy energy today. So be mindful, like I've say probably broken record style, we can't control what goes on around us, what people do, what they say, how they show up, but we can control ourselves. We can decide how much we want to protect ourselves, protect our energy. And make sure, like, I'm saying this because I feel like there is this vibe of like cultivating a safe space for yourself, something that feels really comfortable, that if you do get triggered or something pops off, you can retreat back to find, there we go, the one upright I pulled, to find more balance, more peace and restoration. And I love this, actually, I love this deck. I think it's so beautiful, so amazing. But all of the overarching energy cards, they kind of have this heavier element, right? Not a little bit of doom and gloom, but it's, again, it's like where our fear and our anxiety lead us. But this feels so hopeful. Connecting with what is good around us. Maharishi Mahesh says this thing that what we put our attention, attention, we enliven, right? So if we don't want to feel so horrible, so down and out, if we don't want to be so angry, find something that makes you laugh, remove yourself from a situation or a person that is triggering that. And, not in a blame game kind of way. It's actually in a way of self-awareness, of knowledge, of understanding, disconnecting our energy, that energetic exchange with what we don't want to be fed by, right? Energy, regardless, it's nourishment, it's everything can be medicine, right? But medicine, just as much, it can help or hinder us. It depends on how much we're using, how we use it, when we're surrounding ourselves with those things and in what context. And there is a little bit of Ten of Swords energy. We've been seeing that. I think it came up yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, but it did pop up this week, I know, and recently. And it's a lot about not making the same mistakes over and over and over again, right? It is the energy of betrayal, backstabbing, feeling so burdened and overwhelmed by what has transpired, who and what did. There's a lot of unknowns right now, and I think that that's putting you into this place where you're feeling more introspective. Not, and yes, maybe intentionally, but it's just naturally happening where when you hit these roadblocks, when you're hitting these obstacles, it's putting you into this space of contemplation. Because there is more clarity that needs to come through. And this is, interesting. Interesting. Okay. I put these down in the wrong order. And Ace of Swords is coming with the wood. So I'm kind of hearing this energy as some confusion, not knowing your direction. But with this Ace of Swords, it is coming in. If you're feeling foggy or disconnected from self, most specifically, you're going to get release from this. This is not a forever thing. I love this. We are being forced through this discomfort. We're being forced through this discomfort so that we can find our safety, our protection. Four of Pentacles energy. I love there's like the little bunny in his hutch. Well, it's not, I don't know if those are hutches that they built, but in his little home on the hill, right? And again, making sure, confirming that protection of self, not allowing yourself to, maybe life is a little dark right now, or maybe you can't see your pathway through. High Priestess is challenging you to keep pushing forward, listening to your instincts, listening to your intuition. using the symbols that are coming in to understand those messages, right? Isn't that why we watch these tarot readings, to get insight into what's going on in our life? So actually utilizing the messages you receive, whether they're from here, whether it's some person in line at the grocery store says something and gives you an epiphany. Like I said, Spirit is willing to deliver, to speak to us everywhere, through everything. We just have to be open and willing to receive, to receive those messages. Be available is what I was going to say. New beginnings. It's really interesting as well, because we went through this like span of time in the readings where fortune, abundance, success was coming in. And Ace of Cups Connect, it's talking about how it's still there for us. Maybe you don't feel like you got that thing quite yet, or there's still an additional piece that you would like to add to your puzzle. I do see that something, a situation or a person, it feels a little bit like they're blocking your energy, whether this is intentionally coming from them or not, whether it's something you went through and it's triggering a lot of emotion. There's that Ten of Swords energy. Sorry, I didn't show you guys. Yeah, Justice. So I think this is like finding a little bit more balance. Today, maybe a little easier said than done, because the energy is heavy. It is uncomfortable. Often when things are like this, people will act and react in a certain way. And in the astrology, everything is negatively aspected to the moon. So it's basically like we're in our fields. I was actually reading this story before I started the reading, and it was someone had commented on another reading, and this lady was saying how she was in a store. Didn't really do anything wrong per se, but the sales associate asked her to leave because they thought she was being disrespectful to the product and blah, blah, blah. And this lady was so hurt. She said she cried the whole way home. I'm not laughing at her misfortune. I'm saying that that's a perfect depiction, perfect display of how that moon energy is affecting us. Because it wasn't anything personal. It wasn't, but in our own world right now, we are taking it personally. We are letting it affect us in this way that triggers deeper woundings. Which makes sense. Saturn, Neptune are in retrograde in Pisces, and then Mercury's about to go into retrograde, and Pluto's also in retrograde. So 4 planets. Retrograde brings up that stuff. And Ten of Swords, Justice, Ten of Wands, it really talks about a stressful, difficult time that shattered your vision of the world, of the future, of relationships, dynamics. It's been very stressful. It's been overwhelming. Maybe you haven't taken time to validate yourself. I feel like this Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy is heavily connected to this, because it's something that's slowly hasn't left your energy yet. I do see it as walking away. Especially with this fauna card, bird flying high in the sky. It just reminds me of that release of moving on, moving forward, finding freedom from the burden and the pain. You've been forced through this discomfort in order to have the strength to overcome. It's been a very valuable teacher and lesson, because what's coming out of it, what is coming in for your next cycle, this beautiful Connect card with the Ace of Cups. This is new beginnings that's specifically meeting our heart's desires, our wants, our needs, and I love it. Neptune and Pluto are in alignment with the vertex point, meaning that what has been fated, these difficulties, these dynamics, endings, releasing, letting go. It's coming to head. And when it does, you're going to have a lot more clarity. You already do, but this high priestess darkness energy, it just talks about the fear of trusting self, building more confidence, building more faith in who you are and what you see, sense, and feel. I think the easiest way to do this is just to validate yourself, period. You know, take some time out. Like, even if it's as simple as I did this right, I was on time, I honored myself in this way, I honored that other person, I was nice and I didn't have to be. You know, when we start giving ourselves that awareness and that validation of who we are and how we show up in the world, it actually connects us to those, like in trusting our intuition, trusting self. Trusting the guidance and direction, making it easier to follow, making it easier to hear. And Spirit's saying it is coming, right? Because there always is a way out of the woods. Not to be a cheeseball, but true. Navigation systems, right? Compass. This Ace of Swords is your compass. It is your way through the mess. And for a lot of us, I really feel like we're not really even in the mess anymore. It's the residual. It's the lingering. This is how that made me feel. It's running into someone on the street that you don't want to see, or having a conversation you don't want to have, or, you know, having to deal, being forced to deal with something. Face it. But again, that is the recipe. That is what Spirit is bringing your way in order to build your strength, your reserve, your stability. So yeah, a little bit of a rough day, you know, a little bit of a rough time, but I see value in it. I am a silver linings person. I think that our duty, our mission in life, or what we need to do is be able to flip the script on the negativity, on the oppression, the low vibey energies. The more we do that, the more we help other people do that. We build strength in ourselves. It's a reverberation effect where we're allowing other people to vibrationally resonate with us, i.e., you know, like if you're an asshole to someone, well, they're probably going to be an asshole back. What happens when we treat people with love and kindness or respect, even if they have been shitting all over us, right? It's a total different feeling. And even if it is a hard conversation, it gives freedom to yourself. It gives freedom to that other person. And that's what this is all about right now. I say this on the regular, and I will until Pluto goes direct, but it's teaching us, it's forcing us to make changes out of wisdom, out of awareness, out of self-love, so we can have more of our utopia, our ideal life, the things that make us feel happy. There's a lot of opportunity for this modern day. I was reflecting on this. Yeah, I love this. Platypus is connected to evolution. Complex systems require comprehensive inquiry and broad understanding. The evolution of the heart, mind, and soul is measured. Inching forward at a glacial pace is necessary for sustainability and longevity. Let it be slow. I think that is kind of the challenge in modern day is there are so many instantaneous things that we have to learn how to move a little bit slower, be patient, allow the evolution to unfold, understanding that people, relationships, situations, dynamics are complex and complicated. It's not just about pushing our agenda. It's about being able to have that bird's eye perspective, bigger picture perspective, seeing the whole, and then combating it from that knowledge and awareness, right? Again, that's that simple flip of the script. it takes like maybe a minute more. That's annoying, especially if you like to move fast and quickly. Yeah, but okay, tardigrade is all about defiance. How hilarious, right? So speaking your mind can bring change, but defiance is not obligated to be obedient, nor is it defined by disregard. Remember, polarization introduces friction, but listening, empathy, and respect will encourage positive outcomes. Let your voice be heard. I love that. Such beautiful messages to confirm what we're hearing in this message. And it's all about how you say it, the art of communication, the art of language, giving people space to be heard, even when it is effing uncomfortable, even when you do have to swallow your pride. That sucks. That sucks for any human being, right? And I think when we kind of have that awareness of understanding, we can give people more grace, give ourselves more grace, find resolve, find connection and community through the difficulty, overcoming, which is our evolution. That is the process of evolution. The difficulties right now with how things are moving is that it's huge change and it's uncovering a lot that has been hidden. Moya, voyage. As you bravely journey on, embrace the mana of the Moya and the spirit of the others. So this is not being afraid. Like, I just hear this element of strength, right? Stability, not letting the feelings, the emotions weaken your resolve, being able to push forward, being assured about the choices that you're making. And when you can't be, taking that step back, taking a beat before you respond, before you interact, so that there can be harmonious resolve. That is actually what gives us more strength to move forward in a really assured way. It is going to be leaving us soon, right? I want to emphasize that point. This isn't going to be like some long time thing that you're like waiting for. It is going to be leaving us soon, but there is a little bit more to unfold. To be continued. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much, especially if you made it this far in the video. It totally blesses my heart. I hope you found messages that resonated here, and would love to hear. Drop comments below. I love just hearing what's going on for you in your world, or if you want to connect, little love TLC. I would love the exchange. Thank you for your time and energy. Always all the blessings, love and blessings.